Brown University is a major private university in the state of Rhode Island. It has its own police force, which is established by state law. However, the university claims that they are not subject to our open records law, so they don't have to provide the public records of their activities or of arrests they make. Well, these private university police officers have the same arrest powers, detention powers, and other powers that any other police officer has in the state. We think that the public has a right to know how they're exercising their arrest powers and to be able to gain access to records that provide that information.
They're there to get there first, keep the Providence police and the state troopers off the campus, and make things disappear. What would be consistent with my experience with them is that the motivation for this was just to keep things out of the paper, just to keep their name from, having any negative press, even the slightest hint.
Well, this case was actually generated by two journalists who independently filed requests for records of arrests that were made by the Brown University Police. And the Brown University Police said, we have no obligation to give you those records, and we aren't going to give them to you.
I feel like if you have nothing to hide, you should be willing to release that. And I don't really know why they've turned it into such a big issue when I think it's like, what do they have to hide?
I think there needs to be greater transparency about what's going on with these arrests on campus, especially at a time when a lot of the public doesn't know what's happening in higher ed, and there's disagreements nationally about the direction of higher ed and what it stands for.